Hello and welcome. Today's date, that of the 27th of October 2020. Although it will be the 21st, 28th rather, for most people watching. It is 9:54 p.m. Eastern as I'm doing this video. It's already October 28th overseas. And let's go over Bitcoin, Litecoin, and a bunch of other stuff. Fantasy sports as well, as I did a video. And I want to go over comments too. So, in here, will price fall? At some point it will for sure. Healthy corrections are always important. Well, they always happen. And sometimes I cheer for big ones in different cases. For Bitcoin, maybe not as much. And Holloman always commenting, thank you very much. I sold and got into Ethereum. Best of luck to you within your swap trade and swapping coins back and forth for different ones. To me, I mean, I've done a lot of it. I'm doing that a lot myself. Guru teaches did stay selling at 13,200. Well, again, 13,007, just breaking this level of resistance, and it's gotten above this key Fibonacci point as well. So let's go over this as well. And whilst we're at it too, as far as different comments are concerned, and let's go over fantasy, because I've been doing very successful lately. I did a fantasy strategy I did on Sunday. It didn't work out too well. I ended up losing a little bit, but the pitching matchup didn't play out as well. And I was kind of forced today. Right now, as I'm doing it, it's in the bottom of the fifth inning right now, 1 out, and Tampa Bay leads Los Angeles 1-0. I was forced to do that strategy, and it's doing very, very, very well for me right now. I have about 180 on the game for tonight. I'm currently winning 3,500, first place in a few of these games. Currently winning 1,000 here, 500 here, 500 here, and a bunch down below. 1,000 total entries, 37 different combinations of lineups. Of course, that's baseball and other sports. So it's been a fun ride so far within fantasy, but World Series either ends tonight or tomorrow. It's going to be slow down really for the rest of the year. And as I switch back to the charts, I can state it's extremely volatile when I do the fantasy game. Now, when the game's end, I might win 4, 5, 6,000. I might make only a couple hundred. I might even break even depending on how the rest of the game goes. It ends 5-4. Who knows how it's going to end? But Blake Snell has been just fantastic in this game, and I played him in every single lineup, and a lot of times as the captain in it. So I'm going to play in very well. Again, I was forced into doing it just to ensure that it was a piece of cake that I get maximum rewards in the month of December on this site. Maximum rewards is several $100s. So it's a fun game, and this is what this all is. And I've been playing this type of game for years. I mean, it started way back. Well, let me just go through a quick history of it. In the 1980s, I'm a kid born 75. So I'm born in the Toronto area, and I mean the Leafs sucked in that time frame in the mid 80s, early 80s. So to be a Leaf fan, I don't know how so many. I couldn't figure out why so many kids and everyone was Leaf fans. At least I can understand why the older people were, because I knew the history of the 1960s Maple Leafs, and I totally knew that. But as far as like at school and stuff like that, I couldn't get it. So it was very easy for me to win bets. Montreal versus Toronto. I pretty much became a Montreal Canadiens fan. And then when Montreal did so many bad things during the Patrick Waugh trademark Recchi trade. It was tough. And then the fact that I became a sports gambler, I really had to become very neutral. I just became a fan of sports, and I lost interest in pretty much most of my teams that I grew up for as a kid. But regardless, I was cheering, betting on sports, stuff like that. It was a lot of fun stuff in that nature. And then you learn to do sports betting, online accounts, poker online accounts, and you just risk reward management for me is such a very, very important aspect within the games in which we're playing. So how do you play the game of cryptos? Well, that's how you have to decide for yourself. For me, I play a lot of these games, like I say, the ratio moves of switching one coin for another. And I'm going to talk about that as I move into Litecoin versus that of Theta. Because I've been talking about in the last video, it looks like to me Bitcoin's having a nice exitation here on the 18 average of highs on the weekly term time frame. And this is a powerful one, getting above this level of resistance. How well is corrected within the 18 was magnificent. finding support, where it did resistance be, and those are just one of the key things. Inverted head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's your first statement breakout. Correctionary move on the statement breakout, and then exit on that. And now you're going to look at like a good wave 2 kind of a move. And this is the one where you got to think 16, 17, 18 to me looks like where it's going to be probable direction. It wouldn't surprise me if it happens fast. I mean, again, markets will do what they do. But because we've seen resistance here, I don't think this is a spot, we're a big spot where we should come back to and at least have some sort of deal. Maybe we still do, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt for the buyers. I see, at least on the Coinbase exchange, I'm seeing this rally occur on not such as heavy volume. And to me, that's a bullish indicator that we're not at a top. We'll see. We'll end up. That's it for Bitcoin, because I've already talked about it. Not much more else to go over within it. And just watching the baseball game. Blake Snell gets out of the 5th. Sweet deal for me. Okay, and I know it's Litecoin against Bitcoin. Up 3.2% right now. And right now I really want to sell some Litecoin. It's like down. But that's because I'm looking at it not against its price against the Bitcoin, not against its price against the dollar, but against its price against Theta. However, I still want a better gain right now. If you look at this on the daily term time frame, this is a situation where it had this break from October. Well, I guess you could say from the start up in this high on October 11th. But really, the breakdown move on October 19th, 20th. How it got down below the support and how it's rebounded, not resisting the lows or the highs. Rather, getting above all these previous layers of resistance and establishing another smaller level or anything, keeping this uptrend line moving. High, 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 high. I haven't calculated it. If it missed, it barely missed it at least, but it made a higher high to all of these. And then now you make this is a big correctionary move. So if it fails the 18, you see weakness at like the 411 mark. Now you're talking about, good luck down here at like the 390. We'll talk about 350, 360 probably. But other hand, getting out above like 442, 443. Now you look at the probability odds very, very strong that it gets to like 470. And it gets there. The probability odds become strong that it goes further like 520, 530 kind of deal. And add that towards that being like a next level kind of move. Single hour term time frame, we can see in here what happens on a failed breakout. Because here's this little breakout in here, getting above this high, and now here's where it has to hold 18 lows. It's not doing so. And then you support this, retest this low. Now you're resisting in here. You can't be surprised after this that you go down here. So how do we react to this 18? No resistance, no resistance. Okay. This is a bigger statement than it was before. And it would be a bigger failure if it fails. But if it doesn't fail, then you'd be looking for what would be a move, you think, at least a quick move to do previous high. Whether it does it instantly, just keeps on going over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, and we have mostly green candles with maybe an odd pause one here, maybe. Maybe if it's successful, this is resistance high. Maybe we establish a bit further, but have some sort of move coming back with maybe a 38 or a 61% retracement, come back to the 18, maybe 7, 8, 12, 14 periods, hours later, or 20, 30 later, it gets above the resistance and does it. And those are all what-if statements. But within it, if you're looking at this kind of move, 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, it's had one spectacular move, big volume in here. We could have another move come in with bigger volume. But regardless of the fact that here it's had a big move, and it's got the potential to go further, and will or will not. We'll just have to wait and see. To me, I'm being patient, hoping for it to go a little bit higher. It's a little bit of, I don't know if you can call it... Well, just because the volatility, I just want better volatility because Theta's been so volatile. And I think Theta can easily be going down too. When you're looking at a move like this, 1 minute term time frame, this is where you start to get concerned that it's looking as if it might want to roll over or at least go maybe sideways with support already established down here for the next wave lower on short term. When you're looking at stuff like this on the 1 minute term time frame. As far as Theta is concerned, and by the way, I can show the Trump chart. This is getting volatile. So, let's do that next while I remember, because this has been volatile as anything. We have the election coming up very soon. And on the daily term time frame, I find it interesting how this has been playing within the 18 average of highs, because before this was just doing I mean, you can actually bet on this. So this is another way of saying your percentage odds. The exchange is FTX. I think Americans, Canadians, and a lot of these like Europeans, many nations aren't allowed to bet on it. So I don't got any wagers on it. I would if I could. I really would because of the volatility. I mean, when you just have your buy and sell orders, you can see what happens on moves like this when you have these spike moves. You have your buy orders that fill down to 32, and you're able to sell it up to 40, 41. Pretty decent. I kind of have a feeling he's going to win, but I don't know. And I'm going to talk about psychics wherever I don't really listen to it too much, and there's only a couple that I do, and I haven't for like months. So, I mean, what can I go on that? But I think the one that I would, her name is actually Samantha Jane. She's on YouTube, but I haven't listened to her in like months. She's pretty confident. She's got a pretty good track record about this. But how this has been holding in the 18 highs and stuff like this, I mean, whatever happens on the election happens. But, I mean, you have your sell. I mean, if you're fast enough where you catch your sell orders here, okay, so I sold blah, blah, blah. And then you maybe had 5-6 orders to fill. I'm going to give you an example of what I got filling in today. I'm going to show you my other thing that I've been trading too. But I go really aggressive and fun with my orders. But if you have your sell orders fill, and then they hit, then you instantly put your buy orders in. Whatever ones could be already you put in. Maybe you get some cool ones that you might put in lower, like maybe your 35s or something, or 33s change. Stuff like that. And anyway, so you can, now let's move over to the theta chart. And I do think it's going to go down. So I almost want to make the aggressive bet, and especially because I want to bet for Litecoin to sell and theta to buy. That's long Litecoin, short theta. On the 1 hour term, we can look at this Fibonacci hit at this level. I mean, it's just luck. I mean, whatever. I mean, it happens now and again. This was one of those times. But we've seen after breaking down below, this is all the statement in which it's like, okay, so we're going to start the downtrend. We're going to go to next key level. We have this interesting rally that comes up in here. Does it hold anywhere around the 5100 area? No, it kind of resists it here. Still, you can make a higher low, but then it gives in around 2 o'clock in the morning. What would be today or on Tuesday. On the 4 hour term time frame, there we can see a little bit of that failed breakout and just failed move, fast move looking in play. Fibonacci's coming in down at 45.99 area, 4600. I mean, it kind of hit it before. And how often does this theta like to pierce extra high? I mean, this pierce less rather. It's been doing that a lot. But in this case, it looks like it's going to probably break through this, hit the next key level, I think, of 34.26. If we take a look at this on the daily term, I mean, I just expect to have a lot of wild up and down sick rides. But I think this is all part of, like I mentioned before, a key A pattern, B pattern, C pattern, D pattern, whatever, and then a higher or low. And this is all I think going to happen as we continue forward on not high volume or low volume or whatever, medium volume. So find some sort of higher low in here. And it would be a higher low here, but to me, I got to think it might even pierce higher, maybe like 36, 30. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like 36, 37, especially when this one, even though it happened to coincide with the new fib at 21, that it kind of hit like, because it was supposed to be like 1800 or something, and it pierced like a little less, whatever, or a little. So yeah, anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if it did come here, and then if it's the case, he'll get a bunch of buybacks. Either way, I got a good holding of theta as it is. I just like to make aggressive plays on the buy low and sell high game. And I mentioned getting into, and before I do that, I want to get into show the ratio within theta and Litecoin as well, which is now in at 91 and 0.9, basically 92. And I mean, just the volatility is sick in here. Let me just go. Well, the low on here is like 60, a little under that. Monthly chart, we can see this thing was like 500. It was like 1,000 even at one point in here. And on the weekly, I mean, I want to get a better play. I traded like 98, and then I sold, and then I get like 70. Did I go? I think it was 70. Yeah, 70 was the last low that I got, maybe. Yeah. So when it came down to like 60, I was like, no, if it would have went down a bit to like say 50, I would have got more. So I kind of want to see if I can maybe if I can get this thing to sell at like say 110 or something, that would like just be kick ass. And then if it goes up further, I could just get a good bout of theta back, because I like doing the flips and it's all I've heard the methodology. I like to use that word, and I change a lot to mathodology, which is basically taking the terms of what you would use within methodologies, but you put it to a big mathematical level. And yeah, so just to finish this off, let's go to also something I want to do later too. I just don't even look at this. Even the 927 Bittrex, I don't even know what's there. I mean, these things aren't even there anymore that are red, but there's a whole bunch that are. So I mean, what the heck have some of these things done? Like, there's Tezos against Binance there. And just look at this quickly. I mean, and this is a good leeway into what I'm going to do. Actually, I didn't plan on this as a leeway though. I mean, ZRX. What I'm looking for is some of the spike lines. I don't know if I'm going to have it like waves. Is this Tron? I mean, look at this failed move here. Wow. And I mean, this is showing weakness where to sell. I mean, you see how you come up in here and then you just, I mean, that's terrible. Tomo. What the heck is Tomo? I want to look at these effed up coins. I mean, look at the type of moves that you're able to get. I mean, what's this? So you go to a low of like 2120 up to 38, down to 28, up to 44. Man, not bad. There's Theta. One of my favorites. I've been thinking about trading upon this. Maybe if anything, I should take some Theta now, sell it, and then just start buying it back at like 17 and lower, 16 handle. That's something I think of. Don't know if I will or not. STX. Don't know what the heck that. Holy shit, that's getting its ass kicked. But yeah, this is the type of move that I'm looking for here in like July. You have your sell orders in place. How do you do? And then you get your buy orders back. Not only do you get those buy orders back, but you can take advantage of another round of selling. And then, holy shit, I mean, you're getting your ass kicked down there. That's just how it goes. Steam. It's getting its ass kicked as well. So is this. Raven. Holy shit, that's bad. Hey, at least you get like a little bit of like help if you're buying this. I mean, heck, if you've been playing, oh, holy shit, this is getting its ass kicked. I was going to say, if you've been buying way up here, maybe you can survive yourself. But if you're trading, you're probably going to lose, even if you're getting some good deals here and there. But what it means, though, if you've been in this, say, since say you started getting in this, like January, like this time frame of the early part was like 24.32 handle. I mean, it's down like 7x or something. But, I mean, you're probably not down much. And if it goes up to, like, say, 5.10, 5.4, you're probably back to even. I don't know. It depends on how your flips. Maybe at some point you secured profit because you've had it there. You've had some of it before for situations like this. Those are different strategies. Holy shit, that's an interesting move. Wow. Wow. Well, that caught me off guard. It really, really did. Wow. Wowzers. Don't know what the heck that harmony is, but buy low, sell high strategy with that. I mean, if you would have started on day one, you should be up right now with the move that it had. Not by much, but I mean, you'd be like, oh my goodness. You'd be kind of hoping when it came down that maybe it'd stop going down at like 2,800 or something, and it didn't. And now it's like testing previous low. Holy shit. Well, we're getting protocol. I mean, this is it. If you have your buy and sell orders, look at your career here. What's your career like just this year? So you have your buy orders hit here, and then you have this rally come up to here. Yeah, a little bit with these two buy orders, but holy shit on this sell order. And then the buy order, then you get a little bit of selling, and then you've been buying back. I mean, if you started buying at this high, say, where it was like 1783, and now it's down like 3.3x, you're up it nicely right now. Playing that type of strategies of buy orders and sell orders. Holy, and there's another one. Oh, I mean, holy crap. Let's just look on the foreign. When you see something like this, I'm interested in like the foreign 1 hour terms because, I mean, look at all this volatility in here. Holy crap, what's the handles here? 644, holy shit. I mean, this is the type of strategies like that I find. This is Neo of all coins too. I wasn't even looking at the handle. Oh my, Neo's volatile. It's not looking as good, but you know, that a lot of the Bitcoin dominance in play. So anyway, I didn't even mean to go to this, and what time are we doing for time in here? Only 19 minutes and change. Okay, not bad. I already did reach this. Let's go to That's not where I wanted to go to. How's gold and silver doing? Okay, doing nothing. This is the one I'm trading, though. Now this line represents where my next buy order is. And this was my next sell order is. And I've been waiting for a little while. Looks like this is going to go down. And I'm up on this. I'm up. I mean, this looks like it's going to break down. But when we look at this, and I got in this from pretty much a day. I got in this. 11.89 was my entry. 11.89 entry price. So I got in like in here. And I'm up. But then the market had this. So, I mean, I didn't get as good as I could have on this line. But I got a little bit of it. And then all this buying, and then selling, and then buying and selling, and then buying on the way, selling up here, buying on the way down, selling. And it's a lot of orders that come in. A lot of them. Binance has interesting ways of showing how your orders look, so I'll give you an idea of that. And before going to the Binance orders, this is what was going on, and I'm down a lot less. Not winning as much right now. Although if Blake Snell wins the game and he's in line for it, I'll get points for that. He's currently winning 1841 instead. Well, 1481 rather. And I'd be very happy if I can take 500 back, given my stakes are well less than 2. And as I'm doing this, now just do a 70th pitch. It's 1-0 Tampa right now in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this strategy is meant for those types of lower scoring pitcher duel kind of games. And Ozarena is the Tampa offensive guy that I went most heavy with as well. So he got a home run. He's got the only run of the game so far as I'm doing this video. And as far as when I look at my Binance buy and sell orders, there's a lot of them in here. The red lines indicate where sell orders are. And how I do this is I have a whole bunch of them at the small. Every time it moves about like 1% or so, I sell about like 1.5, 1.6% of what I own. And then after this, Blake Snell's just been pulled out of the game, which is fine because I expected him not to pitch too long. I pitched relievers in this interesting strategies. Hopefully the guys I put in will come in. I don't know why I'm saying this because I'm just watching the game and doing this at the same time. But anyway, with that being said, you have a whole bunch of different sell orders in here, a whole bunch of different buy orders. And now these ones in here with the big gaps, I'm selling a little bit more at those. And if I get a few of them hit, I'll reassess situations when markets go up or go down. But, I mean, I'm not looking to cheer and say, oh, I think this is going to happen. I'm going to bet long. I'm going to bet short. If it goes up, it goes down. And I even got sellers that are higher than this that you can't see. Buy orders even lower than this as well. Price point where there's a limit order here at 9.11. And I'm selling like 13.5, I guess you can see. 25 on here. And then, I mean, the numbers get bigger, maybe at like 50 or 60 higher above that. Same thing, I'm buying 1.5 here, 1.5 there, and maybe 1.37. So just different strategies like that. And you know what? It really helps over the long term because my average buy right now is, what is it, like 800, I think? 800, somewhere around there. But either way, whatever happens, happens. And I mean, I was just been amazed though by how some of those coins have moved. Cardano. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Let's look at like the Bittrex one. I haven't been on Bittrex in a long time because I don't need to anymore. I used to trade on Poloniex, the old Bella days. That was my first ever coin, Bella, and PivX after that. And I still own PivX. But all the coins that I trade now are on Binance, so I don't need to go anywhere else. So it's time to trade. Okay, I go to Binance. I go to the deposit page, and I'm going the coin that I'm depositing with. Then I go to its associated hardware wallet. Then I calculate, okay, I'm going to send maybe 10 of this coin or 50 or 0.4, depending on what the coin is. And then I send it, and then I sell it for whatever. Then I can withdraw on the site to the wallet. Got all my addresses saved, like double-digit coins now. But anyway, holy crap, what an interesting rally this thing had. This is, it's falling below the 18. That's bad. Well, yeah, but not really. Because that's a spot where you see a big move. Well, did it go below the 18 and it's still finding support at the highest level of resistance? So you have a big like move like that, different time frame that's longer, like monthly. You can see, oh, this is like the must hold area for something like that. Good luck. And I think it's going to make it. I think it's actually interesting, maybe time to buy Cardano now that I'm thinking about this. I don't know if I'd want to trade this against Bitcoin. Now, Cardano's an interesting one because this is why I love hardware wallets for. Because I was trading this, and I know I panic sold it. Probably shouldn't have. I should have loved the fact that I was able to do this, not to sell it, but whatever. Or at least just to buy it now. I don't remember what I was trading it again, so that's not important either. But I have the coins on my, what hardware wallet is it? The Atomic wallet. So I go on there, and sometimes things are weird on there, and things don't work where coins they won't let you to send coins, or the balances don't show. Although that hasn't happened like forever. I don't know if I can't remember that. But the Cardano just wouldn't send, or the balances don't change. There's one. That's what I'm thinking of. Mookie Betts just actually. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. Okay, the Dodgers are actually rallying. I'm in good shape no matter what to at least get something in the baseball game. Sorry for the change up, as I'm like doing two things at one time. But yes, with Cardano, I was trading against something and I couldn't send it. And I deposited coins back to the wallet. My balance was like what it was like maybe 10 days or 14 days prior, and it was just never changing. And I'm like, man, I'd like to sell some. So I end up getting the private keys for Cardano, and I was able to go to like one of the sites where I could enter the private keys and get my wallet access, and it worked, and I did. And I took all my coins, sent it to Binance, and I sold in the market. But the fact that I was able to have the coins there, know I could put them there, is telling me if I ever want to get into it, it's like easy as anything. I just really want to make sure that when I'm holding a cryptocurrency that I know it's private keys, and I know what's on the Binance exchange is coins that maybe because it's in low amount, they might, and I'm going to deposit them back later, will be on there. Maybe I buy a bit of Teslas or something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to withdraw it, plus it costs a lot. Or maybe I just want to put a seller and want to trade a little bit of the time, although I don't really do much. I am holding the XVS and the Binance coin on the site just to play around with. It's like, you know what, you're holding other when you're letting Binance or PokerStars or DraftKings or FanDuel or any type of betting online sports book like Pinnacle, Sports Interaction, when they're holding their funds, they own it, and you have access with passwords to get in and do things. And every time you want to withdraw and do this, usually and every time it works. And I've gotten paid 100% of the time in this online gaming industry when I've asked for it. I've asked for it. Well, I mean, cryptocurrencies, that's like big time numbers, but so many times. And I've always gotten it. The fastest that I've ever gotten it from an online place is really like a minute or two, where I could literally spend it. That was within Bitcoin Cash. Okay. So, Cardano. Now, if you're looking for something like this because, is this going to be a successful move? You're gambling now. Is it going to go up or down? If you want to see now confirmation, what I want to see is a move from point A high, which is, this high, whichever code you're doing against Bitcoin, dollar, whatever. The low it happens to establish. And then you want to see how some sort of break status above this. And yeah, the Dodgers have just tied the game 1-1, so now there's going to be, and I got relief pitchers in there that can win games for me. It's an interesting strategy. I'm switching subjects. I wish I wouldn't. But you know what? Part of my game is just that online gambling, and really, it's always been making about gambling a success because I was going through timeline stuff. I've been doing this pretty much my whole life in the sense of always just trying to find mechanisms that win, and then using proper risk-reward management as you place your bets. And back in 2007 and 8, I make videos in 2009 on YouTube about how the stock markets, the trading sites on like all the places where you buy SPY and the GLDs and crap like that. It's like it's a casino style game. You can win, you can lose, but what's the difference between that and PokerStars and such? So those are the ways in which that I look at it. Okay, so then, I'm just going on a lot about that type of stuff. But you know what, though? Again, proper risk-reward management. job number one. So I would at least, if you want to get into it and you want to think, well, maybe this is a real move or it's a fail move, you want to get a good price, but you don't want to buy when it's going to go down. Well, at least want to see a succession and have this hold and stay above like these kind of numbers for a bit. I mean, yeah, I can make a move up there, but will it hold if it gets there? So make a move of a significant high above this, like 50, hold, stay above it. At that point, maybe. But, yeah, it has been going down for a while. But I think it's going to be this whole dartboard rally. If it happens, it happens. And I think there's a good chance that it will. And if it does, it could be like weeks, months, or years away. That's the way this game's been going. There's just going to come a time where pretty much everything goes up at once in such tremendous fashion against the dollar that all these other coins against Bitcoin and probably against Binance Coin as well will have tremendous moves, a phenomenal fashion. Let's just finish this off. Minute number 30. Don't want to do too much time on it. And then I got to see how much I'm probably getting my ass kicked now, winning like just $300 or $400. Let's go to Bittrex. And I paused the tape. I'm winning 587, so that's, you know what, and there's going to be no pitcher win unless, again, a reliever gets it. It's 2-1 right now for the LA Dodgers right now as I'm watching this in the bottom of the sixth inning at 10:29 p.m. Eastern time. Any of these, look at all these things that have shut down. More than half of them, really. I mean, what are these zeros? I mean, are they like, why are they nothing? No trades for the day? I know they're just down. Why am I thinking they're shut down? I mean, ass kicked. Adam. Ooh, look at that buy down there. I mean, what a beautiful day that would have been. Factum getting its ass kicked. Montreal, no metal. I've always known MTL as Montreal. Day, well. Okay. DNT. Getting its ass kicked. Any good volatility here? Not really. I want to show. I see NLC too, just for something to do. It's getting its ass kicked probably too. It's an interesting fantasy site that we're just run so badly, so badly. Good idea. Look at this. All this extra moves are like doing nothing now. JNT nothing. How about Civic getting its ass kicked? Ion ass kicked. 208 back. It was like 19,000 before. ENG. You know what? Good volatility is still. And ooh, okay. Well, I drew some shit in here that hey, this one's kicking ass. How about Game? Getting its ass kicked. Mona. You know, I mean, this is something I should get into if it drops another handle lower. Anchor, yeah, Ethereum. Oh, this is an interesting correctionary test. You see this breaking above 31. Wow, we'll see what happens. Ass kicked big time. Here we have this thing at like 17 now at 1700 now at 18, and ooh, look at this volatility on this baby. NLC too, just for something to show, to finish it. I mean, it's just not of the. Why is it doing it this way? I'm gonna be guessing over under like 60 Satoshi. Should be under though. Ooh, it's higher, 25. What the hell just happened? Holy shit. I mean, that's why you just have your sellers ready to go. You can be patient. I mean, if you think about this, and I was playing, you could have been playing this all the way in here, buy low, sell high, holy shit, you're getting your ass kicked. Look at all the buy orders you're getting in. And this is going down in the summer of 2019. And it just continues on. And during this time frame in here, I mean, what can you do in here? Okay, so you bought your buy handles at 5. Maybe you sold some at 9 or 10 and whatever you can get away with. Now you got some sellers that hit to 27, get a little bit of buybacks. And then when you get this hit, I mean, now you get your buybacks come in and it's just how do you do kind of deal. Buy low, sell high. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.